I love this thing. Hey guys, welcome back to Movie Talk. Here to talk about Obi Wan Kenobi. And yes, I know this is a TV show, not a movie. But here's the thing. I'm not going to be reviewing many TV shows in my life. I don't want to just call it TV show talk or show talk or make a spinoff or something like that. And I like to think that TV shows are longer versions of movies anyway. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. All right, so Obi Wan Kenobi. I was really excited for this when as soon as I heard it was announced. When Ewan McGregor is coming back, Hayden Christensen is coming back, Joel Egerton is coming back. I was really excited for this, even more than The Mandalorian. But I will admit that I was a little worried about it because after watching the Book of Boba Fett, yeah, I did not like the Book of Boba Fett, so I was a bit worried for this, but I was still really optimistic about it. And yeah, while watching episode 1 through 5, I was really optimistic. I was like, okay, there are some problems, but there's still pretty cool scenes. There are still good character development with Obi Wan Kenobi, and I like the bonding between him and Princess Leia. I was all okay with that, even though I do have problems with every episode. But after episode 6 came out, and I still think that episode 6 is the best one in the entire TV series, I have to say that, yes, I am disappointed. I liked it way more than the Book of Boba Fett, but The Mandalorian was way better than this, in my opinion. So, yeah, it did hit the spot where it made my touched my childhood, and it felt great, especially with the final episode. But again, I wish that this show could have done better, and unfortunately, it's mostly because of a few characters, especially one, and that character is getting a lot of backlash. But before I get into the characters, there are some problems with either the direction or the editing. And Deborah Cho, who I gotta give props, the fact that she directed every single episode for this, and yeah, she also worked on a couple of episodes of The Mandalorian, and she also worked on some big shows like Better Call Saul. So yeah, I give her props for directing every single episode of this TV show. So it felt like one whole vision, and I'm happy about that. It didn't feel like, it didn't feel like, oh, this episode was definitely directed by Robert Rodriguez. This episode was definitely directed by Jon Favreau, you know? At least it was consistent, and I'm okay with that. And I thought Deborah Cho was competent. But again, I'm not sure if it's because of her inexperience with some of these sequences, or it's because of the editing, or it's a mixture of both. I don't know. But there are two chase sequences. There's one where Princess Leia was being chased in the woods, and there was one that involves the rooftops when Reva was trying to track down Obi Wan Kenobi, and Obi Wan Kenobi was trying to fend off against two shooters and trying to save Princess Leia. The way it was staged and the way it was edited, it felt weird, you know? It didn't feel... Again, like I said, maybe it's the direction, maybe it's the editing, maybe it's both, but it just did not feel right. Like the momentum the momentum is all over the place, and also when you really think about it, it doesn't really make any sense. Like especially in the rooftop chase, when Reva sees the shootout, and she sees that it's not very far away. It's far, but not very far. Like, if she can parkour all on top of these buildings, she could be there within a minute or two. But the way that they shot and edited this, it felt like Reva was running like for miles, many, many miles, jumping, parkouring on top of these rooftops, and she never gets to Obi-Wan Kenobi, even though this chase was going on for a while. And it's not like Obi-Wan was running on top of the rooftops many, many times, and it's like a steady distance away from Reva or something like that. No, he doesn't even know he's being chased by Reva at that point. He was just trying to shoot these two other shooters while trying to save Princess Leia, but they've been stuck on one roof for a very long time. So that's why it felt off to me when by the time she actually got there, she was too late. Like, it made no sense to me, the way it was shot and edited. And not just that, the group fights, like, whenever more than 3 people are involved, it looks bad. Like, again, maybe the choreography for this was bad or anything, or the editing, or they don't know if the lasers are coming. Because there's a couple, whenever it's a group fight, like Obi Wan Kenobi fighting off against 6 stormtroopers and a droid. Seeker droid, I think that's what it's called. So yeah, when he was trying to deflect the lasers, the problem is if he's like Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool from X-Men Origins Wolverine, when he was spinning the blades that quickly, so he's deflecting all the bullets. Yeah, I understand that. Like, okay, Obi-Wan Kenobi is doing this very quickly, and he's deflecting lasers from both sides of the hallway. But no, he's deflecting like this, very slowly, against 6 other stormtroopers and a droid in a hallway, and they're on opposite sides. And I understand if Obi-Wan was using the Force to deflect some of the lasers, like he's blocking with the lightsaber and using the Force to deflect the lasers. But at that point, he doesn't really... He doesn't connect well with the Force, so he's not using it, and it's not showing that he's deflecting it, so he's only deflecting with the lightsaber, and then he switches sides, and he does it very slowly. So that's why it looks horrible to look at, because you're wondering, how come Obi-Wan is not dead yet, you know? Unless... I guess the reason is that stormtroopers are really that horrible at aiming, so that's why you see the lasers going in different directions. But that's the thing: if these are supposed to be like competent stormtroopers, and Obi-Wan could easily die from this, then yeah, have them competent enough to actually shoot him down, or have them be like for a comedic effect, and be like total. Total dipshits, and just miss everything, that's the problem. You can't... That's why, and also later on, we have this group fight against a bunch of stormtroopers against the rebels, and they're shooting at each other, and it just looks awful. It really does. Again, like I said, I'm not sure if Deborah Cho tells them exactly, like, okay, you have to act like the laser's going there, you have to act like the laser's going there, or it's the editing. I don't think it's the CG artist's fault, because the lasers look good anyway. So yeah, that's the thing. I don't know what went wrong with these scenes, but they are awful. They are. But when it focuses on one-to-one duels, it's excellent. So yeah, when Reva was fighting a certain someone, and also when Obi-Wan Kenobi was fighting off against Darth Vader, it's really, really good. It's really good. So that's why I feel like, okay, Deborah Cho actually got duels down. She just needs more experience with the group battles. And that's the thing too. It's not like, oh, it's because it's a female director, that's why she can't direct the battles. No, it's nothing against that. Even the Russo brothers, I have to admit, are kind of bad at group battles. If you really dissect the Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame, yeah, they are honestly kind of awful. But it's because the fact that they are the Avengers, and we're seeing it on the big screen, and it's still cool to see them fight. Yeah, I get that. Because you're immersed with it. But when you really dissect the fights, they are kind of badly assembled, So yeah, that we'll talk about the Avengers fights next time. But yeah, it's not like a female director versus male director thing. No, it's I'm sure that once Deborah Cho realized, okay, this is where I did wrong, we have to fix this for next time, because like I said, she is a competent director, and I want to see more of her work. So hopefully she sees this and realizes the mistakes she's made and fixes on them. That's what I want. That's what I really want. Okay, so yeah, and the final episode I thought was the best episode, even though I had problems. So I do have to go into major spoilers. So yeah, let's do it. Reva. I like the idea of her. I like the idea that she was a youngling during the events of Order 66, when the Jedi Temple was being overrun by the Stormtroopers, and they're getting, well, at the time they're called the Clone Troopers. So they're getting shot down, they're getting killed, and it turns out that Reva was one of the younglings who tried to escape, and every one of her friends died, got killed off by Anakin, and she also got stabbed, but she managed to survive. I don't know how. I don't know how she survived, but whatever. But yeah, so she grows up and she infiltrates the order of Darth Vader. Like she becomes one of the Inquisitors, and she wants to be the Grand Inquisitor so she could eventually gets her revenge and try to kill Darth Vader. So she knows that Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker. She's one of the few people in the entire universe who knows that Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker. So again, I love the idea of this. I just hate the fact that Reva's freaking annoying in this. And here's the thing. I understand that they're trying to draw the similarities between her and Anakin. So yeah, she is super arrogant. Yes. Yes, she does make mistakes a lot. Anakin did that as well in the episode 2 and also the Clone Wars and also episode 3. So I get that. I really do. And I like the idea of the comparison between them, the similarities. And I like the fact that she was like a Jedi who is trying to do good, but because she's filled with rage, that she wants to get her revenge on Darth Vader. I like that. The problem is that this TV show shows her to be very incompetent. And I hate that. She could be such a badass, you know? Like her being so strong and angry that she's willing to kill everyone in sight. She could be dark as hell for this TV show, you know? Like she's willing... That part where she chops off the woman's arm... Great! I want more of that, you know? I want her to be more ruthless, you know? And I also like the fact that, you know, you could see deep down inside that she is filled with so much anger and she only cares about killing Darth Vader, that she loses focus of the people that she should care about. Like, you could tell, like, okay, there's still some humanity in here. And I guess that's where, like, The Last of Us Part 2 similarities come into. Like, she's basically like Ellie from The Last of Us Part 2. Like, she wants revenge. And unfortunately, she's so focused on that she doesn't think about everything else around her. And I think some people are going to be angry that I made comparisons with The Last of Us Part 2, since some people hate that game. But yeah, again, I like the idea of this. But the problem is that besides her chopping off that one woman's arm and also, you know, killing the Grand Inquisitor by stabbing him in, I guess he has 2 stomachs. I think that's the reason why he survived. So yeah, that's the problem. Here's the thing. If you got to know this, you have to double tap. Just stabbing someone in the stomach is not enough. Anakin Skywalker chopped off Count Dooku's head off, you know? So at least he got that down. Why didn't you do that, Reva? Just chop off his head. You should have aimed for the head. Oh, man. Yeah, and that's the problem. She is shown to be incompetent. And when she actually gets the chance to kill Darth Vader, she screws it up. I'm sorry. She was behind Darth Vader. She was behind Darth Vader. She was being stealthy. She has a lightsaber. Well, I guess he knew, but maybe he didn't. Not sure. But here's the problem. If you're trying to stealth attack someone, you would just plunge the knife in the back, right? Like any assassin would, you know, plunge the lightsaber through the back, you know? Instead of, you know, doing this, like doing a lunging attack and screaming at the same time, yeah, like that, giving it away. What the fuck was that? I don't understand that. I was so angry at her for doing that. I'm like, you messed up your fucking chance to do this. I mean, even Sephiroth was stealthy when he jumped from whatever altar and then slashed Aerith through the stomach. He was stealthy. He didn't have to say shit. All you have to do was just plunge it here, like this. Zzz, like that. No, you're like, ah! Like that. What the fuck are you thinking? I hate this. That was horrible. Is that the point? Like, she is overcome with anger that she can't fucking think? Even though she finally gets her chance to kill this person, the one who ruined her fucking life, and she messes that up? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god, I was so angry at her for that. But it was followed by a pretty awesome duel between her and Darth Vader, because Darth Vader barely used his lightsaber and he's using the Force to deflect her blows. That was fucking awesome. So I admit that was cool. But here's the thing. How would I have done it? Okay, how would I have done it? She was going to stab him through the back. But because Darth Vader is using the Force to, see his surroundings, he knows that Reva is going to kill him one day, and he knows that she will do it at any time, so he's prepared for it. So when she's about to stab him through the back, he's using the Force to block the attempt. Wouldn't that be more awesome? Like, she's about to kill him. She's so close, but he knows all this, so he uses the Force to stop it. Wouldn't that be awesome? Like, he's using the Force and not even looking at her. He's like, ugh! And then it just stops. The lightsaber couldn't cut through him. And then he does his monologue by saying, "You think I didn't know about this?" Something like that. Wouldn't that be more awesome? Ugh, I can't believe that. Anyway, so after that duel, she gets stabbed by him, and unfortunately, she does not die. And that's my problem. I felt like if I wrote it, she should have died right there. Like, it would have been a very tragic end to her. Like, she is sacrificed so much. She sacrificed much of her humanity even. Like, she is killing the innocent. All this just to go after Darth Vader, and she fails. And she failed her friends from the Jedi Academy. She failed everybody, and then she dies. That would have been a better ending to this character, a much more tragic ending that we would actually feel sorry for her. Like, oh my god, she was actually one of the younglings and she wanted revenge and she almost got it, but she failed. She was trying to kill him, but she couldn't, and she dies. That would have been better. But no, we have to keep her alive for the final episode, and I hated her for this. She happens to know that Luke Skywalker is one of the children of Darth Vader, and she wants revenge, and she thought she could kill Luke Skywalker. Giant problem with this. One, we know Luke won't die. Sure, yeah, you could say, well, he'll be in danger because Reva's gonna go after him. But here's the thing, he will not die and he will not get hurt. He doesn't have robotic arms or legs, and I'm pretty sure he's not a clone, so nothing bad is going to happen to him. So there are no stakes, And yeah, you could say the same thing like, well, Obi-Wan can't die here, and Darth Vader can't die here, so there's no stakes for that. But the thing is that at least that's still more entertaining, Obi-Wan Kenobi fighting off against Darth Vader, because it's master versus apprentice, that kind. But again, Reva against Luke, who's a kid, and it's not even like a Home Alone thing either. And yes, we do see Reva fight off against Owen and Beru, but again, we know that they won't get hurt badly, they won't die. So again, I felt like this is unnecessary. And what I hate about this the most is that it cuts between Reva trying to find and kill Luke, and then Obi-Wan Kenobi fighting Darth Vader. It keeps cutting back and forth, and it's supposed to be like episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, when it keeps cutting back and forth between Obi-Wan Kenobi fighting against Anakin Skywalker and Yoda versus Darth Sidious. But that's the thing, though. We have Yoda versus Darth Sidious and Obi-Wan versus Anakin. Those are two very awesome fights against awesome people. Here, we have the biggest awesome rematch against Obi-Wan Kenobi against Darth Vader, and we have to cut to Reva against Owen and Beru? Are you fucking kidding me? That sounds exciting to you? And I'm glad that, and you know what? I'm okay with the fact that Owen and Beru know how to fight because they live in the desert of Tatooine and they have to fend off against the Tusken Raiders. They have to know how to fight. So I'm okay with the fact that they're great at shooting. I'm okay with that. And I will admit, seeing them fight is kind of awesome. But again, because there are really no stakes, it feels like padding to me. The main event is what we're after. Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader. And that part was excellent, but he has to cut away from it. It just made me as angry as the first 2014 Godzilla movie when it keeps cutting away from Godzilla. No, we want to see fucking Godzilla fight off the fucking other kaijus. That's what we're here for. Not just these fucking teases, you know? So that's what pissed me off about the final episode of this. But yeah, that fight against Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader, they gave a little tease. I believe that was in episode 3. They gave a little tease of that, and Obi-Wan is still lost. He's trying to find his way, and he's not good at fighting, so that's why he got tortured and thrown into the fire and stuff. That was I think some people were disappointed by that because they thought that was actually the rematch, and I'm like, no, there's still more episodes, you know? But anyway, I love the final fight because, you know, Obi-Wan Kenobi is able to use the Force again, and he's throwing giant rocks against Darth Vader. And Darth Vader, what I love about this final lightsaber fight is the fact that they're using the Force a lot more than they did before. Because when you watch the the prequels also, every time they use the Force is usually to open a door. Like when Darth Maul sees like a busted head of a droid, and he used the Force. He used the Force to throw it and open a gate. And Obi-Wan Kenobi used the Force to just jump high. And Qui-Gon used the Force to, you know, soften his landing. You know, something like that. You know, it's very, very subtle. And in episode 3, they're Anakin and Obi-Wan are trying to use the Force push against each other, and because they are both skilled, they just you know, blast each other away. And so that's why it's very hard for them to use the Force. But again, it's very subtle with that. But here, they use the Force a lot more. Vader is using the Force to deflect the lightsaber using the Force only. Like, it could easily cut off his hand, but no, he's blocking Obi-Wan for that. And Obi-Wan was using the Force to throw the rocks and he pushed Darth Vader a couple times too, so that was cool. And Darth Vader was slamming his hand into the ground to make the earthquake. That was awesome. I love the fact that they used the Force a lot more for this series, and every time Darth Vader is on screen, man, my God, it's so freaking good. Like, every time when the episode seems to have some big problems, but then Darth Vader comes along and he's just so badass. Like after Obi-Wan Kenobi escaped with Princess Leia on this water planet, I forgot where it was. It's one of the bases from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. And after they escape, then you see Darth Vader walking very, very fast through this hallway, and he used the Force to immediately choke Reva, and that was so badass. And later on, when the rebels are trying to escape in the ship, he stops the ship immediately, brings it down, and opens it up. Oh my God, that is so freaking cool. Almost every single scene with Darth Vader was awesome. And what I love the most, especially in the final episode, is when Obi-Wan Kenobi managed to hurt Darth Vader a lot. He destroyed his device over here that helps him breathe better. And he slashes behind him, and also he destroyed a part of his helmet. So you see a part of Anakin Skywalker's burnt face with the red eyes. Oh my God, the imagery is amazing. And I love the fact that because this takes place at night in this planet filled with giant rocks, The only light source are the lightsabers, and you see Obi Wan Kenobi being lit mostly by his blue lightsaber, but a bit of it was lit by Darth Vader's red lightsaber. And then there's a shot where the blue lightsaber was hovering a bit over Darth Vader, so you see a hint of blue, and it sounds like Anakin Skywalker is still there. Like when he said, "You didn't fail me, Obi Wan Kenobi." But then he immediately becomes Darth Vader again when the red lightsaber was shown more, and his eyes are more red. And he said, "I did. I killed Anakin Skywalker." And I love the fact that because the voice modulator was also broken, you hear James Earl Jones' voice mixing with Hayden Christensen, and it was so cool to hear both at the same time. And when he screams, "Obi-Wan!" that sent chills down my spine. Oh my god, I love this so much. And when Obi-Wan Kenobi said he's sorry that he failed him, but then he realized that Anakin is truly gone and it's only Darth Vader left, and he says goodbye, Darth. Oh my god, all of that was so good. And yeah, Princess Leia was adorable, and I feel like Carrie Fisher would have been very proud about her performance. Man, this actress, I feel like she's gonna go places. She was so good as Princess Leia, and I feel bad for her too because there are some awful, awful people just slamming her and stuff like that. It's just awful. But yeah, I thought she was really, really good. I will admit that some of the dialogue is a bit corny, but again, it does feel like George Lucas actually wrote the dialogue. So I thought that for the most part, it was done well. You know, as you know, for the prequels and also the original trilogy, it felt like it's coming from there. So I like the tribute of that. But man, it was cool seeing Palpatine again. I mean, not like Rise of Skywalker, but yeah, it was cool that Ian came back as a Palpatine as the hologram. But my God, that final ending. Besides the hello there, when finally Obi-Wan talks to Luke and he's like, "Hello there." He said it. He said the line. But man, when he's walking through the desert and you see a glimpse of this blue Force ghost, and I'm like, they actually did it! They actually did it! Because Liam Neeson said that he was not coming back at all, that he was not asked to come back. And I was like, you fucking liar. Pulling such a freaking Andrew Garfield. Master Qui-Gon. Whoa, took you long enough? Oh my god, you look as good as I saw you in The Phantom Menace. I will admit, though, I do have a bit of a problem with the de-aging. So, here's the thing. Even though I'm mostly okay with the fact that, you know, this is Liam Neeson is not de-aged in this, but you can definitely tell, like, what could Force Ghosts age? Can they? Can they age? You know? And yeah, it's even though it's for a short time, that's the thing. I'm like, why couldn't you show like Liam Neeson from 1999, you know? Like, couldn't you de-age him? I mean, we saw how well the Egon Spangler, the ghost of him, was done incredibly well in Ghostbusters Afterlife. So that's why I'm like, why couldn't you de-age him a bit, you know? Like, you could actually pull it off since he's mostly a CGI effect, so, you know, with the Blue Force Ghost thing. So, yeah, why don't you de-age him, you know, like he was from 1999? Instead, he just looks like 2022 Liam Neeson. So that's why it kind of caught me off guard. And the other thing is with Hayden Christensen. When they showed the flashback with Hayden Christensen, I'm like, even though it's great seeing him, why don't you de-age him? Because it feels weird, you know? Because when it showed the flashback, and I believe it took place before episode 2, like, he looks 40. Anakin looks 40 there, and I don't understand why you do that. You have the technology to de-age him. You've done that well with Luke Skywalker already for The Mandalorian and for the Book of Boba Fett. So, and you hired the guy who's great at deep fakes. So why did you not de-age Hayden Christensen for that? That's why I'm very confused. When he was killing younglings, because he was covered with the hood, you can't really see the wrinkles in his eyes or anything, so that's fine. But when you see the flashback, I'm like, I'm sorry, he looks 40. Why do you do that? That's the thing I don't understand about why not de-aging him for that. If they did actually de-age him, then they did a poor job because he looks 40. And at least it's not the problem I have with The Irishman, because in The Irishman, when they de-age Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci and even Al Pacino, my problem with that is that, yeah, the de-aging looks fine, but the problem is that they are 70-year-old men trying to be like 40, 50-year-old men. The way they shoot and stuff like that. So it doesn't look right. At least with the 40-year-old, they could still pass as a 20-year-old doing action stunts because Keanu Reeves can still do it, and a lot of other actors around that age can still do it. But the thing is, yeah, the de-aging, I don't know why you didn't do it for Hayden Christensen for the flashback scenes. But yeah, it's great seeing Hayden back. What else? I do love that there is a veteran clone trooper. That was freaking cool. I love that. I love the veteran, the homeless veteran clone trooper. That was pretty cool. What else? Okay, so there's a couple. Tala. Okay. I do like Tala. I really like her, and I was sad that she died, and I was also sad that her droid also died. I believe the name was Ben. I forgot. I got to double check. But yeah, Tala was a great character, and I was sad that she died. And she actually helped out a lot. She's not a damsel in distress. She actually was. She helped infiltrate the fortress. She also helped the rebels escape. She was also trying to help Princess Leia at the time, even though she saved Ben. But yeah, I thought she was very, very good, and I wanted more of her, but unfortunately, she's dead. Haja. I did not like him. I like the actor. I like him in Silicon Valley. I really liked him in Eternals. I did not care for him here. I'm sorry. He can be amusing in certain parts, but honestly, I do not care for him at all. And he's just gone. Like, yeah, you thought that there would be additional scenes with him at the end, but no, he's just gone. So that's why I was a little confused. I was like, he was in charge of trying to bring Princess Leia back to Bail Organa, but where did he go? He's just gone. You'd think there would be more with him, but no, he's just nothing. Also, Roken, even though it's great to see O'Shea Jackson in a Star Wars media, but yeah, unfortunately, I don't really care much about this character either. So yeah, that's the problem. I did not care about Haja, and I did not care for Roken. And again, the Grand Inquisitor, I do not care of. The Fifth Brother, I did not care also. And he's played by Sung Kang, who honestly, I did not know that was Sung Kang. I thought that was Wong from Doctor Strange, but no, it was Sung Kang. So I was like, wow, I mixed up my Asians. I'm horrible. And I really did like the first episode of this, actually. Yes, I know it was very, very slow, but it was setting things up, and I was okay with that. I like the fact that Obi Wan Kenobi lost the will. He lost being connected to the Force. He is a lost soul, so he's doing is just chopping up meat and stuff like that, and that's what he's doing for a living. And he couldn't even help another Jedi escape to save his life, and he is just lost. And I was down with that, and I'm happy that once he was trying to save Princess Leia, he gained all that back. And yeah, I thought that was great. And yes, I understand the similarities between that and Logan, but again, I thought that was good. So yeah, that's the thing. I felt like if this TV show was actually a movie, a 2 hour long or 2.5 hour long movie, and it focuses on Obi Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, and Princess Leia's. Focuses on Obi Wan trying to get Princess Leia home and trying to also have the final match against him and Darth Vader, and keep one of the Inquisitors as a henchman. If you want to keep Reva, that's fine. If Reva was the only one, Like, she's very intimidating. She's chopping off limbs. She's actually killing people. She's actually very good at combat. She actually had one fight against Obi Wan Kenobi in a lightsaber battle, and then it's revealed that she was actually one of the younglings, and she wants revenge, and she wants to kill Darth Vader on her own. But because she was going too much into the dark side of the Force, that she lost her focus, she lost her humanity, and because of that, she fails, she loses, she dies. I would have been much better with that storyline. That would have been a tragic end for this character, and I felt like that would have been way better. But because she's alive, and I feel like they're gonna try to do a spinoff with her, I'm worried about more backlash. I'm worried that this character would not be redeemed. I'm worried that Moses Ingram would just get more hate. That's what I'm really worried about, you know? I'm hoping it's all pulled off. That's all I'm hoping for. But if there's going to be a season 2 of this, I don't know. Again, if there's a season 2, Darth Maul has to be involved. You know, recreate the final duel between him and Obi-Wan. I would be happy with that. But honestly, I would prefer if it's just a one-off thing, like a 1-hour special. Like Darth Maul is still alive and he wants his revenge and he tracked down Obi-Wan Kenobi and they have their final duel. I would be okay with that. We don't need like another 6 episodes, you know? We could just have one-off, 1 hour long episode and that's it. That's what I felt. Or, like I said, make a movie. Keep it condensed, you know? Something like that. That's what I'm hoping for. If they do make a season 2, I do hope it's good, but I feel like it's just gonna get worse. And if Reva does get a spin-off show, I do hope that it's good. I hope that redeems the character. But yeah, I'm worried about the backlash for the character and also for the actress. So yeah, that's how I feel about Obi Wan Kenobi. Write down in the comments below. What did you think of the TV show if you watched it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Later.